Alright everybody, welcome back to the channel. So today we're going to be doing the Ferndale Cat 3-4 race, diving right into it. So there's probably like 40 guys in our field. This is a top view race. It's a local one, just like 2 hours away from my house, Central Florida. But this course was a circuit race. It was just over a mile long, and it had 2 corners in it. The one you just saw, and then there's one coming up right before the finish line. But it's really nice, pretty flat, nice and flowy. There is a little incline right after the first corner, but it doesn't make that much of a difference. So there's a couple big teams in this race today. We had Waldo Racing, and we had the Pioneer Mortgage team. Waldo is in the red and black kit, and the Pioneer Racing team is in the yellow kit that you can see just in front of me right there. The guy with the blue shorts and yellow. So those are the 2 teams to be looking out for. But yeah, this is a 3-4, so it's not going to be too crazy. But I just came off of Green Mountain Stage Race, so I was in good form, and I was ready to give it a good go. So here I'm just on the front, just coming through the corner, not pushing the pace at all, just trying to stay close to the front, try and see what people are doing and what they're thinking. But you can see these guys are kind of rolling. I'm kind of just letting them go, make other people come around me so I can get a draft. And you see these guys going for them. I'm kind of just freaking out. But yeah, I'm just staying patient, trying to save energy. I'm falling back a couple wheels just to save and conserve more energy. So yeah. Alright, here I'm going up the right side. I put in a little dig. He opened the right side inside, and I just let it rip because I was farther back, so I had a little bit more of an opportunity to get past the front guys with speed, so then I could create a bigger gap and get more distance on the group. But as you can see, they brought me back, and it was the 3 of us for a second, but then I saw they were right behind us, so I kind of just let them go, so then the group could catch me, and then they'll have to chase them again, so it'd create more fatigue in their legs, while I just slowly fall back and just conserve some energy. But that's the second corner right there. We can't go over that double yellow line, so we have to keep it kind of tight. There's also a little bit of like hay or something in that corner, so you gotta be a little careful there. But yeah, these guys are dropping bombs trying to get across to them, but that's exactly what I was trying to do. You see, I was trying to make them have to then resurge again to get back up to them, while I can just keep falling back and follow the wheels. Alright, here we're coming around that first corner. That was the finish line, by the way. So this is the first corner, coming through it, and as you can see, there's that little hill right there. So yeah, that's the little hill. And then here I'm moving up around this outside. I'm kind of close to the grass, but they left this little curb open, so I'm just moving up real nice and smooth right here. And then I see this Waldo guy, he starts making a move to the left, so then I just follow that like perfectly. I moved up right in time for him to do that, coming through the start finish straight. So just following him, keeping the power steady, and just following the moves. I did have 2 teammates in this race. One of them just did a master's race, so he was pretty tired, but I had another teammate, Timothy, and our goal was just to follow some moves. I told him the move was going to go early, so we were just trying to mark some moves real early on. Yeah, I'm just following this move up this hill, not doing too crazy of a watts. He just keeps motoring on the front. They're all on us, so I don't know why he's still going, but just staying with him. Nothing crazy, you know. But it's just a free tow. I pull off right here and go back a little bit more, so I can save more energy, because in second wheel you're pushing more watts than the guy in, say, fifth wheel. So I let him go, and now I'm creating gaps, so now these guys have to surge across to him. So like that guy's solo, and then yeah, look, see this guy, he's sprinting across, but it's only 2 guys. I'm not too worried about that. I can jump across at any time, but I'm mainly just looking at the other teams to bring it back. Oh yeah, there's also the city bike guys. Ooh, that car was a little sketchy. But yeah, those city bike guys is a big team to look out for as well. So I'm really just making sure that if one of them is in the break, I'm there. But if they're not, I just let the break go. But yeah, you can see, look at how just me letting that go is forcing them all to chase while I'm sitting in the back just recovering. You can see I took that corner to kind of like tail gun it a little, let the gap open, and through the corner close it just to save some more energy there. It's all about saving energy in these kind of races. It's whoever can be most efficient. Yeah, so we definitely had to be a little bit careful with the center line rule with the cars and stuff. But here, you can see they're slowing up on the front, and we're in a fast section. Like, we had a lot of speed. And this is a slight downhill, so I just carry that momentum up the left side, and I get a gap real quick. Nice, like, carrying that speed, carrying your momentum past the front guys with like 5 miles per hour or more, as you just saw. It's an insta gap. So I just did that. I worked with that. I had a couple guys come across to me. Like, there was 2 or 3 of us. So we had a small gap, but it wasn't too big. It was 5 or 10 seconds. So we just kept working. I kept piling it on the pressure, trying to make the race as hard as possible. But we eventually did get caught. And here, they're kind of slowing up on the front, and then I attack this little incline. It's a slight incline, maybe 2% or so. But they all slowed up, and I had a little bit of momentum, so I just nuked it up there. And I had a gap, so I ran with it, see who would come across to me. And then eventually I did have a couple guys come across to me. But here we're starting to get caught, and I talked to Gustavo. I'm like, you got any legs? And he's like, yeah. So then we just nuke it again, because the peloton was catching us, but they were all strung out catching us. So we just re-attacked the breakaway. So now they're all tired from chasing us because it was all strung out, and they're all killing themselves. So by re-attacking, it just like solidifies it. So now this is going to make the selection, and this is the winning move right here that we create. This is the move that goes to the line. But we ended up having 3 of us. It was me, a Pioneer Mortgage guy, and a City Bikes guy. So it was the perfect composition. It had 2 big teams as well as my team, Velibrew. So it just had to work. So we keep working for a while, and it goes the distance. We got on this break like 15 minutes in, and it was like a 15-minute race. So it was a long day, lots of power thrown down. I think I set new power records. But yeah, so this brings us into 1 lap to go. And yeah, so I'm just going to walk you through this. So it's 3 of us. We have about a 30-second gap, 30 second to a minute gap. But they're catching us because we're kind of doodling around the last lap, and especially this lap, we actually lose a lot of time. But I'm like, guys, we got to keep moving because I don't want to get caught. We got to just keep rotating. So I just keep putting on some power, but I'm also in the back of my mind thinking, all right, I got to be able to out sprint these guys. I got to have more energy than them, like be able to throw the power down. I don't want to use unnecessary energy, like pulling too much. But it's kind of the risk you take in breakaways. You never know how much you should and shouldn't do. It's kind of tricky, but you gotta be really patient sometimes. But other times you also have to be a little more aggressive so you keep that gap and don't get caught. So I'm just trying to fall back, let them do most of the work, and just following them around. But I know Gustavo has a good sprint. A lot of times he goes solo. Like in one of the Swamp Classic races, he went solo in the crit from a 4-man break. So I know he has a good last lap effort in him. So I'm just paying attention to him, making sure he doesn't surprise me at all. The City Bikes guy, I've never raced him before, but he's from Miami, and a lot of those Miami guys have really solid sprints. So I'm pretty sure he's going to have a good sprint. And he also looked really strong the entire day. Like, all of his pulls were good, like strong, but they were short, so I knew he had some energy in him, and he didn't look tired at all. So I'm just trying to read their body language, trying to see who's tired and who has the energy to keep going. I knew Gustavo was hurting a little bit because some of his pulls got slower, and he started rotating a little bit shorter as the laps went on. So I'm just picking up on some little things. I personally was pretty tired as well, but I kind of thought I had it. I still had a sprint in me, but right now I'm thinking, all right, the group's coming. They're like 25 seconds back now, and I was thinking about attacking early, but then like I would pull here pretty hard just to see what they would do, because sometimes they'll like let you go and force the other guy to chase in like a 3-man break situation. but they didn't let me go, and I was pulling here, and my legs were just like felt like bricks. So I knew that solo effort wasn't gonna work, so I had to find out another way to beat him. So I was gonna have to go down to a sprint. But yeah, here I move over, and Gustavo pulls through luckily, and I can get back in on the draft. And then yeah, the city bikes guy stands up, so I'm like, okay, I gotta follow this. But like, he's doing that, and it wasn't like a crazy attack, right? Which means he feels really, really good. So he's pumping it right now. He sees that I'm on him, and then I keep going with it because I see the group is right behind us. I think that's why he did that, because he saw the group is so close to us. So I put in another good dig here up this little incline, and just keep the pace hot, really, really hard and hot. So yeah, and we're almost to the finish line. This is the last corner, and we're coming into it pretty fast. Gustavo comes up my inside, and yeah, so me and the city bikes guy made an effort. Gustavo sat in this whole time, so I'm wondering if he's gonna have that sprint that he's gonna need. But yeah, now we're trying to look at each other. Who's gonna make the move? We're probably 400 meters out right now, so we're coming down to the 200 meter mark, is usually when you launch your sprint. And now we're just looking around, paying attention to that gap. And then the city bikes guy comes. He's scared of that pack coming. So I get in second wheel, all right? And then he just launches this bomb right here. So I'm just following that. And then he's coming down. It's a slight decline right here. So I'm just following him through here. He's throwing down a lot of watts though. Like, I'm 500-600 in this draft. And you can see the sprints, the finish line's right there. And he starts launching a sprint a little too early, honestly. But right here, I stand up, and then my legs just bonk. Gustavo's going for it. He almost gets there. They bike through it, but the city bikes guy got it. Yeah, it was pretty cool. But yeah, I gotta work on that sprint, especially after those long breakaways. That was a fun day, and thanks for Gustavo for working with me. They worked great. Really fun day out. And thank you, Top View, for putting on this race. And thank you guys for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe for more content. And let me know what you guys thought of this video. And I'll see you guys next time. Peace.